They say breed the best to the best and hope for the best.
Vekoma broke well on the outside.
But you don't expect to get speed like this.
It is Vekoma, the one to catch. Vekoma has a 5-length lead in this grade 1 corner. Inside, Vekoma continues to battle on down at the rail. It is Vekoma who's going to win the Met Mile.
Hello, everybody. Mike Welsch back with you from Churchill Downs, where the weather was a bit of a factor this morning in determining the schedule for some of the Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks horses scheduled to work today. The weather was also a factor down in South Florida yesterday for White Barrio, and we'll get to that a little bit later. But I'm here with the Kentucky Derby, the DRF Kentucky Derby Clocker Report, brought to you by the good people at Spendthrift Farm, the home of Into Mischief, the sire of the last two Kentucky Derby winners. Rain overnight had the track pretty muddy this morning when it opened at 5:15 a.m. Epicenter and his stablemate Echo Zulu for the Oaks were both scheduled to work early this morning, but trainer Steve Asmussen called an audible. He moved them originally both to the first Epicenter to 7:30 during the Oaks Derby session, and then Echo Zulu was supposed to come out in the next set, which meant around 8 o'clock, but that also got postponed for other reasons, when, again, we'll address that a little bit later. But let's get to Epicenter. He's the one everybody has been waiting for, the last major worker to get in their final Derby prep here. He, again, is going to be either the favorite or the slight second choice, I think, when the betting closes next Saturday, along with Zandon. And certainly he didn't hurt his chances to be the Derby favorite with what he showed this morning, going in company with stablemate Alejandro. Epicenter went 5 furlongs, 101-1, galloped out in 14-1, 7/8 and 27-3, and did it about as easy as a horse can do it. Again, hard to judge the time. The track by that point was still a little on the muddy side. They had harrowed it during the first break, but still officially muddy, I believe, for Epicenter's work. And he looked good. It was sort of a carbon copy of last week's work, although I thought maybe a little bit better even today. He looked like he really wanted to do even more than they let him do. He went out 7/8 and 27-3, and then he was kind of grabbed into, he was ready to go out a full mile if allowed to at all. So all in all, a pretty good work for Epicenter. If you're on that bandwagon, you're not jumping off of anything you saw this morning. So a thumbs up today for Epicenter. Also during the Derby Oaks session, Crown Pride. Again, I wish I had the energy that the Crown Pride is showing here every single day. Did his thing again this morning, went back and did those figure eights behind the gate to warm up, came out with another aggressive gallop. But when he gets to the top of the stretch, when he turns for home, and this is what you really want to see on the first Saturday in May, too. When he turns for home, he really ramps it up, and that's what he did. I put the watch on him. Originally was supposed to work today. They decided not to give an official work, but he could have been credited with the work, because from the quarter pole to the 6 furlong pole, he was. I had him in 53-2. The last quarter wire out in 26. So again, couldn't be doing any better. I just love what I see from him every single day, and I think he will have an official blowout here on Wednesday. Also, Summers tomorrow was scheduled to work this morning, but they postponed that work one day because of the track conditions. Now, a couple of days ago, I mentioned how he got really, really warm in the coat on a very chilly morning here, and that concerned me. But I didn't see that this morning, and it is a lot warmer today. And I thought he looked okay. He galloped 1.5 miles the first time around on the left lead, the second time around on the proper lead. So a good warm-up for his final official Derby work tomorrow. Most of the other horses worked yesterday, so they were all off this morning. Zandon was out in the track today. He had bell boots on, so right away you knew he wasn't going to do much of anything. He just jogged around, I believe, one time and then went off, and he'll have a routine gallop tomorrow. Echo Zulu, now, like I said, was scheduled to work at 8 o'clock, but there was an incident that closed the main track for a little bit this morning after Epicenter worked, but before Echo Zulu got out. So Steve Asmussen at that point just decided why not wait a little longer for a better track, and that's what they got. After the 9 o'clock break, the track was officially upgraded from muddy to good, But Ecclesall today, it was just those typical Steve Asmussen last works before a major race, just a very easy and slow half mile in 50 and 4. I think it's interesting to note that he did not do that today with Epicenter. Epicenter was given a regular work today where normally you would have expected to see him come back tomorrow with a 49 or 50 half, but they drilled on him pretty good again today, a serious work, a more serious work than what you would normally see from the Asmussen barn so close to a major race such as this. Now, the other horse I wanted to talk about, we mentioned the weather down in South Florida yesterday. I think I maybe had mentioned on our show here that White Barrio's schedule work yesterday was postponed until this morning. But trainer Safi Joseph, he texted me around noon and said, nope, we've decided we've got permission from Gulfstream Park to work him during the races, between races. The track was fast. They worked him at 6 o'clock last night. Interesting enough, working at about the same time he's going to be running here at Churchill next Saturday. And I thought White Barrio looked very, very good. I've seen a lot of him over the last several months. This is the best work I've seen out of him. I didn't really like his work last week, but I really liked his work yesterday. He went a half mile officially in 48. It was really a 5/8 work because from the wire out into the turn, the rider asked him and he responded. He went 5/8 in a minute, galloped out 3/4, 11 and 4, kept going, 7/8, 24 and 4 before pulling up a mile in 1:41 and 3. As I said, this was a real improvement over last week, and he too now is back on that long list of horses that seem to be doing extremely well coming into this year's Derby. So for the most part, all the major work is done. Now it's just maintaining these horses and getting through all the nerve-wracking mornings, keeping these horses healthy and happy before the big races here next Friday and Saturday. The draw will be Monday, and we're going to be here, though, every morning just keeping an eye on everybody as they finish up their training routines as we're getting closer now to Kentucky Derby, Kentucky Oaks 2022. Keep it right here, the best coverage at DRF.com.